Have you ever wondered how court proceedings work when there are deaf participants involved? Well, let's dive into the fascinating world of court interpreting, where language professionals bridge the communication gap, ensuring everyone has a voice and justice is served. In most situations, a single sign language interpreter suffices, but certain cases demand more than one. You may ask why? Well, it all boils down to the nature of the case and the roles these interpreters play. Let's start with the proceedings interpreters. These are the professionals you'll usually see in courtrooms, interpreting the witness testimonies and proceedings of contested cases. Sworn to interpret accurately for the record, their job is to ensure that all participants are present and understand what's going on. They're usually positioned in the well, facing the counsel table, but this can change if a deaf person takes the stand to testify. Now let's talk about party interpreters. These are the sign language interpreters who sit at the counsel table, facilitating privileged communications between the attorney and the deaf client. Unlike proceedings interpreters, they are not there to interpret the proceedings but to assist the counsel in the preparation and defense of the case. Much of the party interpreter's work happens behind the scenes, helping the attorney and the deaf client develop case strategy, theory, and design. During the proceedings, they provide immediate access to counsel by interpreting privileged communications. They also keep an eye on the proceedings interpreters. If there are mistakes in the interpretation, they alert the attorney, allowing them to object and preserve the issue for appeal. In contested civil or criminal matters with multiple deaf parties, there may be as many as 4 interpreters in the room. It may seem like a lot, but each interpreter plays a vital role in ensuring effective communication and a fair trial. So, as you can see, court interpreters play a crucial role in ensuring justice is served, regardless of a participant's hearing abilities. Now that we understand the roles of court interpreters, let's delve deeper into how they operate within the courtroom. Imagine a court scene. The court interpreters, known as proceedings interpreters, are situated in the well, a position from where they can clearly see the counsel table. This is where the majority of the proceedings take place. Their primary role is to interpret the witness testimony and the proceedings for the record. However, their positioning can change. For instance, if a deaf person takes the stand to testify, the interpreters will adjust their position to effectively facilitate communication. Now, let's talk about the party interpreter. This interpreter plays a crucial role in facilitating privileged communications between the attorney and the client. They are not a court interpreter sworn to interpret the proceedings. Instead, they are there to assist the attorney in the preparation and defense of the case. You'll often find them seated at the counsel table, acting as a bridge between the attorney and the deaf client. The party interpreter's work is done mostly behind the scenes. They work closely with the attorney and the client, ensuring effective communication in developing case strategy, theory, and design. During the proceedings, they provide immediate access to counsel by interpreting privileged communications. They also keep a keen eye on the sworn court interpreter's interpretations. What happens if there are errors in interpretation? The party interpreter is there to catch these errors and alert the attorney. This allows the attorney to object to the errors in the interpretation, preserving the issue for appeal. In contested civil or criminal matters with multiple deaf parties, you can often expect to see 4 interpreters in the room, each performing their unique and essential roles. The dynamics of court interpreters in action are complex, but they ensure that court proceedings are fair and equitable for all involved. Their work is crucial in facilitating communication and ensuring justice is served. So the next time you see a court interpreter in action, remember the vital role they play in the justice system. But what happens when there are other deaf participants, such as jurors, involved in the case? This is where court interpreting can take a unique turn. Consider this, a deaf American serving on a jury. This scenario calls for 2 court interpreters, not just to interpret the proceedings, but also the jury's deliberations. It's crucial to remember that these interpreters are impartial court officers. They do not, under any circumstances, participate in or influence the deliberations. They are there solely as a conduit of communication. So how does one navigate such a situation? It's vital to instruct both the interpreters and the jury about the interpreter's role in the proceedings and deliberations. This ensures a clear understanding of the process for all involved. At the end of deliberations, the jury is often polled to confirm that the interpreters maintained their role throughout the process. Dealing with unique circumstances in court interpreting requires careful consideration, but with the right guidance and understanding, it can be managed effectively.